I just realized that I am not wearing headphones. So we're gonna have to redo that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Yes.
Wool hats and cross stitch and needles and sewing, knitting and crocheting, yarn that keeps going, stashes and patterns and embroidery rings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of Tied Up with Strings, where we talk about our favorite things in the crafting world.
Right.
So, my name is Emma.
I'm Taylor.
And it has been a little while since we uploaded, our regular content.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I've been moving. In case you guys haven't been checking out our update videos, if you're only here for this kind of content.
Rude, but also.
Yeah, so I have been moving, so it's been taking a while. And also, the computer that I use for editing needs a Wi-Fi connection, and it's a dinosaur, and it doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Lovely.
So we just kind of been making it work as best as we can.
Mm-hmm.
But now hopefully we should be back on a regular schedule, barring something else happening.
The intervention of the gods.
Yes.
You know Zeus, he can be a vindictive bitch. Anyway.
So, it's my turn to go first today.
Yes.
And, my thing, kind of inevitably, really, is my new yarn shelf.
Hey! It's a calyx.
Yes, so I got it from IKEA.
Yep.
I already had, technically I already had a yarn shelf. It was, one of the really long ones. So it's pretty much the exact same thing, except it's 8, and it is actually what is under... I've got it all here.
Yeah.
So, but I bought an extra piece. I bought the one that has just the 4 cubbies. Because
I love the word cubby.
I know, right?
It's a good word.
I really like how the one that's 8 wide looks when it's laying down.
I like the L.
Yeah, it's a really good...
It's a satisfying thing.
I like it. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Okay, so what is your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing is Emma's new hair. Not just kidding. I do love it, but that's not my favorite thing.
Okay, that's not crafting related.
I wonder if we have some sort of psychic connection.
Okay.
My favorite thing is stash.
Hey!
And I purposely put myself here so you could see my cheaper, because they had a cheaper line for a while, they don't have it anymore, of those cubbies things, so you can see that the outside's not as thick. But I have 2 of these babies, so they're 8 and 8, and it's all of my crafting well, they spill over everywhere, but it's most of my crafting supplies, and I just really love, for instance, I have a bike basket, and I like to carry books with me, and sometimes, because it's a very unforgiving wire basket, books can get banged around and slightly damaged, which is not a huge problem if it's a book I don't care about, but if I'm returning it to the library or something like that, it can be a problem. So I just went into my stash and I said, oh, hey, batting. Oh, hey, scrap, fat quarters. And then just made myself a little pattern, which is over there, and threw together a pad for the bottom of my bike shelf. And this is stuff that I do with everything. When you need a scrap piece of yarn to start spinning.
Yeah.
You don't think about how much having an established stash helps you.
Oh, yeah, a provisional cast on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you use that little bit of scrap yarn, and you want it to be something that, you don't want to have to unwind an entirely new skein or anything like that. So having all of your leftovers, I rarely throw any yarn away.
I have a bin up there past those papers that's all of the worsted weight and heavyweight stuff, because I don't feel like I'm going to need it at some point, but I don't use it a lot, so it doesn't stay with, my normal knitting stuff, which is here. So, I don't know, I guess I get it from my mom. She has, a huge fabric stash. She's a quilter, and she's been doing it for, over 30 years. So it makes sense that she would have a sizable stash, even though she has gotten rid of a lot of it. Now that we are not in the house anymore, it's in 2 rooms. And, I get now it's, way easier to navigate, because who knew what it was before? But also, a minimalist, so that kind of stash does not appeal to me.
Yeah.
This is enough. This is fine.
Mhm.
One room, that's fine. I'm good with that.
There is a fine line between, like, stash and hoarding.
Oh, my mom's on the other side.
Because
I love her, bless her, but...
Because you can definitely have, like, scraps of fabric or scraps of yarn that there's literally no way you could ever use them again. Or you hate the color, and so you never even want to look at it again.
Well,
but you keep it.
Actually, hold on
And then
one
that
second
becomes...
here. I have 2 scrap bins that are actual scraps, so, like, when I cut fabric, I have one that's, I can use this again for, like, if I need one little piece for something. And then I have this one, which is unusable stuff. And this is purposely because I feel like I could, like, insulate something for a stray cat with it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know anybody else who needs to keep this. It's also got a pair of Nick's pajama pants in it. They have a massive hole in the crotch.
So, well, the thing is that, like, if you have a specific purpose, if you're keeping something and say, like, I have been keeping all of my scraps, like, no matter how tiny. Well, no, I won't be keeping something like.
But
this
like little ones you can add to your blanket. That'll be like even a couple shells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so I've been keeping really small stuff that I wouldn't normally keep if you have an intended purpose for it. So, like, with my scrap blanket.
Yeah.
And I've been saving all of my worsted and my DK weight scraps because I'm planning on putting them together
into a scrap blanket.
Yeah.
Same. That's, yeah.
Yeah, so if there's an intended purpose, then that's different than, like, well, I might need this one day, you never know.
Yeah, there's a difference and this is what the minimalists say, is just for when, and then just in case items. And just for when items, because you know when this is going to go into use, perfectly fine. Just in case, probably don't need it. So, anyway, it's stash. That's it.
And I've got my stash. I am so happy with this office. Like,
I haven't seen it put together yet, so.
Yeah, but, so, like, yeah, I did the whole office tour and everything, so I won't get into it too much, but the color has turned out perfectly. The color, like, the curtain colors, you can see it kind of here, it's like this purple. I would not have normally picked something like that, but then I was like, that'll look really good with the green. And then, like, just everything. I'm just so happy. And I have my own space. And none of Michael's crap is in here.
Oh. See, I don't mind Nick's crap, for the most part. Michael has a lot of crap.
Michael has a lot of very specific, like, he's really into, like, his Star Wars and his video games and everything, and it'd be one thing if I were also, like, interested in those things, but I'm not.
Are you implying that the sword's hanging on the wall in front of me or something that I'm into? Because that is wrong.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't care. It's like, this used to be our master bedroom. We put it together specifically so we could use other rooms for different things. And I don't ever see us having separate offices, but that's just our style. It's totally different for different people.
Yeah. And
like, my parents have a combined office, too.
Yeah. Well, and it's important for me to have my own space, especially because, like...
Well, you work at home.
Yeah.
And that's a different thing.
Yeah. And also... And I think it's affected also because I moved in with Michael into his apartment.
Yeah.
And so when I did that, it was very much me kind of just, like, seizing whatever I could from his space.
Yes.
And now, this is my space.
You established it.
Yeah, this was never Michael's space first. So there isn't, like, little bits of his stuff, like, scattered around because, of course there is, because I was seizing what I could. Like, this is my space.
Absolutely.
So it makes a very big difference to me.
Yes.
And, you know, the yarn shelf is really the epitome of me having, like, said, this is my room.
Yay! Okay.
All right, so that was quite a tangent, but whatever.
So where can they find you?
You can find me primarily on Instagram. I am Emmy Lou Knits, but all my links for everything that I am active on, so like Ravelry, pretty much, and Instagram, is down below. What about you?
You can find me at catsockfibers.com or any of the links below. Feel free to drop a chat anytime.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. Bye. Guys.